You are watching Luxury News. Every Friday, we cover the most relevant events that caught our eye during the week. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello, Aluxers, and welcome back. You enjoyed the luxury news segment we did last week, so we're moving forward with a weekly series where we touch upon stories that we found interesting. We listen to your feedback, and on the left side of your screen, you should see time codes for each of the stories we'll cover in this video, if you feel like jumping around to see what's important to you. With that said, we'll start today's luxury news video with a new entry of the most expensive perfume in the world, coming straight from Dubai, with a price tag of $1.3 million. The company that makes it is called Spirit of Dubai Perfumes, and they've named it Shumukh, meaning deserving the highest in Arabic. In order to get that high of a price tag, they basically threw in as many diamonds and gemstones as they could. 3,571 diamonds to be precise, as well as gold, pearls, and topaz. It currently holds the Guinness World Record for the most diamonds set on a perfume bottle. It's also 1.97 meters tall with its pedestal and has been on display in the Dubai Mall. Speaking of most expensive things, remember the $18 million Bugatti La Voiture Noire we mentioned last week? There's been a rumor making waves on the internet that football player Cristiano Ronaldo is the mysterious buyer. However, a spokesperson on behalf of Ronaldo denied the rumor, so that settles it for everyone who's been spamming our comments section. Moving on, the big event of the week, the Met Gala. For those of you who are not familiar with this, every year there's a fundraising gala for the benefit of the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Costume Institute in New York City. It's a fashion ball where celebrities wear creative designer pieces according to a pre-selected theme. This year it was Camp, Notes on Fashion. Not like tents and s'mores, but a reference to an essay by Susan Sontag called Notes on Camp, about love of the unnatural, of artifice and exaggeration. It's one of the most important fashion events of the year. Only this year it wasn't well received, with many pointing out that the Met Gala just has become the Halloween for rich people. Beyoncé, Blake Lively, and Rihanna didn't attend this year. Gaga had 4 outfits and took a while to make her entrance. Billy Porter stole the show, and lucky for us, we got to see more of Emily Ratajkowski and Ezra Miller, both killing it. Interesting and in line with the perfume story we covered earlier was Cardi B's outfit by Thom Browne, which featured 2 ruby nipples at $250,000 a piece. Then there was Katy Perry dressed as a chandelier. You know, as you do. If only we had her at the Battle of Winterfell so we could have actually seen what was happening last week. Speaking of Game of Thrones, cool transition, right? Starbucks reportedly got an estimated $2.3 billion in free advertising from the Game of Thrones gaffe when somebody from the cast left a cup on set, which slipped through editing. The estimated value of exposure and word of mouth only cement the presence Starbucks has in today's culture. Some people say it wasn't even their cup, but the conversation still took place. Although it did generate some buzz, we don't think the impact was that great or worth in the billions. Sure, it's a great marketing position to find yourself in, but $2.3 billion is way too much money. To put things into perspective, the Super Bowl generates close to only $500 million in advertising revenue as a whole. However, HBO has since digitally removed the cup. Before moving on, we want to take a quick moment and thank you guys for the support you've shown the new series. We also went ahead with a silent launch of our new website over at www.alux.com. We're still fixing a few bugs and adding things, but keep an eye out for what's happening there. Most of you didn't even know we had a website. In quick royalty news, Meghan and Harry had their baby boy, which they named Archie. He's currently 7th in line for the throne. Aren't monarchies just great and still totally relevant? As you can tell, we try not to touch too much on politics here on this channel, but interestingly enough, Denver just voted to decriminalize psychedelic mushrooms. It's the first U.S. city to decriminalize them, and it seems like the trend could catch on, walking in the steps of other recreational substances, which we'll not mention because, historically speaking, YouTube has demonetized every video where we talk about plants. Moving on to tech news, Samsung has officially withdrawn the Galaxy Fold from the market in hopes of fixing the hardware issues. You have until the end of the month to confirm you still want the device if you've already placed your order. Otherwise, it'll be cancelled by default. We had a lot of software events, with everyone announcing new upgrades. Google's AI is getting smarter. Facebook is focused a lot more on privacy, or at least they say so, and Tesla boldly announced that by next year, we'll have fully autonomous cars on the road. What stood out to us from Elon's presentation was his competitive advantage in this space and how he plans to compete with the likes of Uber and Lyft. Basically, you'll pay $50,000 for a brand new Tesla, and if you choose to, you can add it to a network of self-driving cars that go around town and pick up people and drive them to where they need to go. Your car will now be a robo-taxi. A rough estimate means that your car could generate for you around $30,000 per year. You would literally be able to pimp out your car and break even in under 2 years if you choose to do so. That's insane. People will start buying Tesla cars like crazy, and because of the volume of data they will have from this fleet of vehicles, their software side will be unmatched, and there's nobody out there who could possibly compete at this point from a self-driving software perspective. If this does happen, a child born today will never experience what it's like to drive a car. For them, it'll be like hopping onto an elevator and pushing a button to where they want to go. The last story we'll cover this week has to do with cryptocurrencies, a topic we know you love. Apparently, hackers managed to steal $40.5 million from popular exchange Binance in a large-scale breach. The exchange will cover all losses, and they claim that none of their user funds were touched, the hack affecting just their hot wallet. Still, a little over 7,000 bitcoins have been taken, and the security budget has been dramatically increased. If you think that's a lot of money, maybe at some point we'll share the story of Mt. Gox, where 740,000 bitcoins were stolen. At today's valuation, that hack was worth $4.5 billion, making it the most successful hack in history. We started this series as a conversation with you, our community, on these topics, so we can't wait to hear what you think about these stories we covered today. Which of them did you find the most fascinating and why? We'll be in the comments section alongside you. And of course, as a thank you for watching this video until the end, you get some bonus news. For the first time, digital advertising in the US has surpassed that of print and TV. It's over. Digital has finally won. This has been an obvious trend for years, of course, but believe it or not, big brands were still pouring their advertising budgets into magazines and local papers. Just out of curiosity, we recently purchased a luxury magazine, and it was 75% advertising. We were shocked that brands would still use this inefficient method. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxer. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. If you want more, we handpicked these videos you might enjoy, or head over to Alux.com for the best in fine living content on the planet. Be a part of the largest community of luxury enthusiasts in the world and tell your story.